Right now, it falls on Eid, a major Muslim holiday. Raya Katene is live in Burnsville. The last few hours, parents in Burnsville pushing for their school district to change the graduation date. Right now, it falls on Eid, a major Muslim holiday. Raya Katene is live in Burnsville, where she heard from some concerned parents. Raya?
Well, Julie, this is not the first time that we've heard this concern from some Muslim parents and students. In fact, Eden Prairie and Brooklyn Center high schools recently changed their graduation dates to accommodate that holiday. And tonight, we heard that same requests from parents here at the Diamond Head Education Center in Burnsville.
And it is not right to make our students choose between their religion and their education.
What feels to some like an impossible decision.
Those days are very important to us.
Is the focus of tonight's listening session ahead of a school board meeting in District 191, encompassing Burnsville, Egan, and Savage area schools.
Rescheduling graduation to recognize Eid sends a powerful message. Every student matters.
Burnsville High School's graduation ceremony is scheduled for June 6th, a date the district says was set almost 2 years in advance, but that could now coincide with Eid al-Adha, one of only 2 major Muslim holidays. The district doesn't track students' religions, but Suleiman Aden with the Council on American Islamic Relations says there's a growing number of Muslim families and students in South Metro schools.
You know, having families and students having to determine, do I go to graduation or do I cut my Eid festivity short and go to graduation? And a contention like that should not be happening.
Burnsville High is now considering offering 2 ceremonies on different dates and will have a finalized plan no later than April 23rd, considering some people have already made plans for the original date.
Changing the date would definitely affect them, you know, both financially and recreational-wise.
The district's communication director, Aaron Tinklenberg, says they've worked with religious leaders, staff, and students to figure out the best path forward.
No one part of our community is a monolith.
And as they wait, some hope they won't have to make what feels like an impossible decision.
Please know that this isn't just an issue about inclusion. It really is about belonging.
And as of right now, school and district leaders say there will definitely be a graduation ceremony on June 6th. And the question now is, will there be another option added on a different date for those students who can't attend that one? And that decision will partly be based on a survey that Burnsville seniors and their families are filling out this week. Julie.
All right. Thank you, Raya.
On today's show, it's a Locked On Rockets mailbag edition episode. Can Reed Sheppard take over for Fred VanVleet next season? Is Jabari Smith Jr. being underutilized? Is Alperen Sengun the best closing option for this Rockets roster? What about the playoffs? What about offseason expectations? It's all coming up right here at Locked On Rockets.
This is Mission Control, Houston.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up and welcome to another edition of Locked On Rockets, your daily podcast home for everything Houston Rockets basketball. As always, I'm your host, Jackson Gatlin, native Houstonian and credentialed media member. I'm also the host of Locked On NBA Thursdays. Be sure to follow along wherever you listen to your podcasts or on YouTube. Just search Locked On Rockets, where the best way you can help us grow our show is to listen every single day on a podcast platform of your choosing. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Also, check out our Locked On Rockets newsletter. Would sincerely appreciate all of that support. Now, today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off of your first purchase. And as always, thanks so much for making Locked On Rockets part of your day every single day, whether it's on your way to work, on your lunch break, in the gym. Thank you so much for being an everydayer. We've got a mailbag edition episode here on today's show, a near end of season mailbag with a lot of burning questions about the direction this team is heading, things to look for in the future, expectations for the playoffs and the offseason, and a lot of different things to go ahead and dive into. Really appreciate everybody who took the time to submit a question or a topic. We got a ton of responses to choose from for this show. And I want to put a quick disclaimer here at the top. There were a handful of people who had kind of draft-centric or draft-related topics and questions. Not going to hit on anything draft-related in this show. We've got a ton of draft content coming down the pipeline. I promise you that. So just hang on tight. We'll get to some of the draft stuff a little bit later on. But let's go ahead and start out here with our first batch of questions. And I got a pair of questions concerning Reed Shepherd that were both a little similar, so I'm going to lump them together. So from Rashad 18.